Hello and welcome back to Tub Pilates. Today we're going to be doing an intermediate to advanced flow. We're just going to get on the machine and have some fun, all right? If you have your box, grab that. And if you have a yoga mat, grab that. You don't need to unroll it. And we're going to get into it. Starting with our footwork, set your springs before you lay down. I like 2 medium, 1 heavy, so 3 springs total. But if you know you like something else, go ahead and grab that. We're going to lay down. Start with the heels of your feet on that foot bar. We're hip distance parallel. Arms are down by our side, flexing those toes back towards our nose. Take a big breath in. Fill up your rib cage, and then on your exhale, squeeze everything together and press off of that foot bar. Stick the landing. Make sure when you press it out, you give everything a good squeeze before you bend your knees to bring it back in. Keep those toes flexed so you feel a nice stretch down the back of your calf. Don't forget your breath work. We're going to inhale to go out. Exhale to come back in for 3, 2, 1. Bend your knees to halfway. Pause there. We're going to open and close our knees here. Get a little butterfly. We're kind of pivoting on the heels. Work in the range of motion that's available to you and try and keep that carriage as still as you can for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press it all the way out. Pull it all the way in. Take your arches to the corners. So we're turned out slightly like we're in a wide Pilates V. Take a big breath in to prepare. Exhale, press it out. We've got our arches on that foot bar. So we're right in the middle of our foot, that little pocket, kind of hugging the foot bar. Keep your knees nice and strong, like you're squeezing a beach ball in between. So we don't want them to fall out to the sides like that. And we don't want them to cave in like this. We want nice, strong knees. As if there was a beach ball there. If you actually have a beach ball, you're welcome to grab it. Or a big exercise ball. Next time you press the reformer out, pause there. Bend your knees, come halfway in, and we'll go tiny pulses. A little press and a little pull. Up an inch, down an inch. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press it all the way out. Pull it all the way in. Take your toes to the center. We're to our hip distance parallel. All 10 toes are grabbing onto that foot bar. There's a little bit of lift in our heel, but we don't want to cave out our ankle. So what that means is we're wearing little kitten heels. We're not wearing stilettos. So just a little bit of a lift to kind of click on the calves, but not so much that we're crunching down on those ankles. For 3, 2, 1. Press it out and pause. We're going to go calf raises, but we're going to do it on a time count. So we're going to drop down nice and slow for 3, 2, 1. Press it up really quick and then drop down for 3, 2, 1. Up. 3, 2, 1. Up. 3, 2, 1. Up. 2 more. 2, 1. Up. Last 1, 2, 1. Press up and pause. We're up on our toes. Take that right leg up to the ceiling. Point your toe, and we're going to go legs, circles. Watch your hips here. Make sure they're not rocking and rolling. So we're squeezing those abs to help us stabilize as we get our circles. Next time you're at the top, reverse. We're coming across the body for 4, 3, 2, 1. Leg is up to the ceiling. Bend your left knee. Lower that right foot down to the foot bar. Press it out. Leg comes up, and we're going to add in a flex down, point up, flex down, point up. So some single leg footwork here. Still up on those toes. We're just here for 3, 2, Last one, press it all the way out. Lower that foot down to the foot bar. Back to our calf raises, but the opposite now. So we're going to drop it down really fast, and then we press up for 3, 2, 1. Drop. 3, 2, 1. Drop. 3, 2, 1. Drop. 3, 2, 1. Drop. 2 more. Drop. And last one. Drop, press up to your toes. Left leg comes up, point the toe, legs, circles coming across your body, down and around, squeezing your abs to ground your hips down. Keep them nice and heavy, no rocking and rolling. Next time you're at the top, reverse your direction for 4, 3, 2, last one, leg up to the ceiling. We're going to bend our right knee, lower that foot down to the foot bar, press it out, point your toes, sweep it up, flex down, point up, single leg footwork. We're not here very long. Let's get 3 more. 2, last one, press it out, lower that foot down to the foot bar, bend your knees, come halfway in, tiny pulses to finish up. We're still on our toes, all 10 toes on that foot bar. Little lift in the heels for 4, 3, 2, 1. Press it all the way out and prance it out. Get that nice stretch down the back of your calves as you flip-flop. It's like you're running in place. Press up to your toes, bend your knees, bring it in. Going into our bridging next. Take your feet, let's go arches. Or if you want to go toes for more of a challenge, you can. But we're hip distance parallel, arms are down by your side. Take a big breath in. On your exhale, tuck and roll up into that bridge. We've got a nice straight line from our knees to our shoulder blades. Take an inhale at the top. Exhale, we melt it down one vertebrae at a time. Untuck that tailbone to finish. Tuck, roll it up on your exhale. Keep that carriage in nice and tight. Inhale at the top. Exhale, bring it down. 2 more like this. Roll it up. Inhale at the top. Exhale, melt it down. Last one, we're going to roll up and hold it there. Hold it there. Let's go tiny pulses with our hips for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll it all the way down. Give your knees a little sway. Going into some single leg bridging. Take that right leg into a tabletop. Left arch or heel if you need to is pressing into that foot bar. Roll up into your bridge. Hold it there for your inhale. Exhale, we roll it down. 2 more. Inhale at the top. Exhale, melt it down. Still focusing on articulating, but try and keep those hips even. Next time we roll it up, hold it there, reach that right leg to the ceiling, and we're going to lower and lift for 3, 2, check those hips, make sure they're even. 1, roll it all the way down. Give those knees a little sway. Other side, right foot, arch or heel if you need it. Left leg into tabletop, inhale at the bottom. Exhale, we articulate up, hips stay even. Inhale at the top, exhale, roll it down. Go with your breath. Paying attention to your hips, you can even pop your hands under your butt to feel how even are we shifting. On this next one, bring it up, hold it there, straighten that left leg to the ceiling. 3, lower and lifts, watching that the hips are not dropping. Last one. Bend the knee, roll it down. Little sway. Next up, going into our semicircle. We gotta scooch our butts down off the end of that carriage. And your arms are gonna press onto the shoulder rest. or pressing that carriage out. It's kind of awkward to get into, but just slide your way down, press your hands into that shoulder rest. We've got our feet in Pilates V on our toes on that foot bar, and our knees are reaching out over the foot bar like they're trying to fall across it. So our hips are up. Let's send the carriage out. Roll it down. Your butt's gonna bend those springs. You should feel those springs. You're riding them in. Roll your butt up. Send it out. Roll it down. Ride the springs to bring it in. 2 more. Roll it up. Send it out. Drop the butt. Bring it in. This is our last one, and then we reverse. Come up into that bridge. Press it out. Roll it down. Bring it in and pause. So to go in reverse, we keep that butt down. We've got that nice extension. Press the carriage out. Roll up into your bridge. Bend your knees. Bring it in nice and high. Then we roll it down. Press it out. Bring it up. Bring it in. 2 more. Roll down. Out. Up. In. Last one. Roll down. Out. Up. And in. Relax. Give those knees a little hug. Circle out the hips a little bit. Whew. All right. We're going to go ahead and sit up. And let's grab our long box and pop that onto the reformer. If you have a mat, just set it to the side. We don't need it yet. For your springs, we're going to be doing some single arm work, so it's kind of up to you. I like 1 medium or maybe 1 light on a button. If you have a button on your reformer, go ahead and grab your box. We're going to set it on the reformer short box style so it's closer to the foot bar, but make sure it's fully on that reformer. And then we're going to take kind of a modified Z-sit. So that top leg is going to be hooked in, that bottom leg is dropping down. So kind of like when we do a mermaid, but we've just added this box in. Reach down for that front loop. Short loop. If your springs are heavy, you can try the long loop. I know not all of us have a button, so there's a bit of playing around with, so figure out how that works for you. Other hand, we're just going to press it against the side of this box. We're going to start with our internal rotation. So we're keeping the bicep tucked in nice and tight, elbows glued to the rib cage, and we're just rotating from the shoulder, working on that rotator cuff and making sure we're keeping that joint nice and strong. This will be our last one. Open your arm out, bring your palm to your ear. This is the heavy one, so if you're struggling with this, try it on the longer loop before you try dropping the weight. We're gonna reach the arm up. Ooh, I'm shaking. Tuck it back down. 2 more. Reach it up. Tuck it down. Last one. Reach it up. Tuck it down. Take that hand to the center of your chest. Grab onto that strap with both hands. So we're holding it right in the middle. This is our spinal twist. Elbows stay out wide. Hands stay glued to the center of our chest. Twist towards your foot bar. It's a little move. You want to keep those hands right in the front. And then back to center. To the foot bar. Back to center. 2 more. Back to center. Twist out and hold. Check your hands. Make sure they're right at the center of your breastbone. And we're going to go both hearts for 3, 2, 1. Hey, Ellie. Tuck it in. Lower it down. Outside hand is going to take that strap now. Again, if this feels heavy, try it on that longer loop before you try dropping a spring. Other hand's going to go on the hip. We start with our elbow nudge, making sure that weight feels okay to us. Nice strong wrist here. Head is lifted. So we don't want this move. We don't want to break the wrist. It's like you have a cast. If you feel good here, you take it to your full draw the sword. Still a strong wrist, and shoulders stay squared, so don't let it twist you. We pull it out, strong wrist. That's a tough one. Let's get 1 more. Pull it out and hold it there. 3 triceps. 1, 2. Last one. This one's tough. Ooh, I'm going to give it an assist. 3. and lower that strap down. Hang it up on the peg. From here, take your hand to the foot bar, take your leg out to that headrest, and we're just gonna take a nice little mermaid over. Every time I feel the microphone, I have to check and make sure we didn't lose volume. Pull yourself back up. Take it out. Nice long stretch here. Pull it up. Remember, we're not rotating. It's just lateral flexion to the side. Pull it up to about halfway. So we're pressed out a little bit, but we're not fully leaned over. So we've got this nice straight line through our neck. Take that hand to your hip, and we're just gonna lower and lift that top leg. Squeezing our abs here to help us stabilize. Squeezing our butts for 3, 2, 1, and relax, bring it in. All right, cool. We are going to just flip-flop it and get that on the other side so we don't need to mess with the box. So we're in kind of our Z-sit. We've got one leg down, one leg tucked in. We're springs are staying the same, one light button or one medium. Reach down for that front strap. Short loop to start. You can always take it to the long loop if things start to feel heavy. Your other hand's gonna press against that box. Tuck the elbow in, internal rotation, just pulling that strap across our body. Nice long wrist, long fingers, and keep your shoulders square. So we don't wanna be twisting with it. We're sitting up nice and tall, long neck. Don't forget to breathe. We always forget to breathe. There's so many little things to think about. Let's get one more. We open up, palm comes to the ear. This is our tough one, our shave the ear. So we reach that arm straight up, tuck it back down. If this is super duper heavy and super duper challenging, try it on that long loop before you try dropping the weight. We're just gonna get 2 more. And our last one. Lower it down. Good. Take that handle to the center of your chest. We're going to grab with both hands. We're holding it right in the center of our chest. Elbows are out wide. My hands are about 4 inches or so away from my chest, but I know I can keep them in the center. If you can't keep them in the center, you press them into your chest. Twist out towards your foot bar and then back to center. Twist it out and back. This is a small movement. It's coming from your waist, not your arms. So maybe imagine someone is putting a hand on your shoulder and pressing you back, and it's just kind of twisting you a little bit. There's a hand on your hip, keeping your hips square, and a hand on your shoulder, pushing you back. Twist out and pause. Check that your hands are in the center of your chest, and then go for your beating hearts for 3, 2, last one, reach it out, tuck it in, rotate back. Our outside hand now is gonna take that handle, other hand comes to our hip. We start with our elbow nudge, like you're doing a little yee-haw. You're pulling that strap across, wrist is strong. If the wrist is strong and you feel good here, shoulders are staying square, you go to your draw the sword. And then lower it down. Pull that out, don't break the wrist, strong wrist. 2 more. Keep those shoulders square. Don't let the reformer pull you. Last one, and we hold and get 3 triceps. 1, ooh, this is tough. 2, 3, and lower that strap down. Those triceps are killer. One hand to the foot bar, reach that top leg out to the headrest, and we take our mermaid over, keeping your eyes looking forward. So we're not rotating, we're just leaning. It's lateral flexion like we're in between 2 panes of glass. And we're just taking that nice long stretch here. Let's get one more like this. Come up to about halfway. So that arm is straight, our neck is straight, hand comes to the hip. Squeeze your abs to stabilize the carriage on that box. And then we raise and lower that leg for 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Bring it all the way in. Hop off your reformer for a second. We're gonna just slide the box down and turn it. Let's actually turn it to long box. Turn it this way. All right, I'm gonna stay on one light spring or one medium spring. We're gonna be doing some roll down work and some arm work. So one medium should be fine because we'll be using both arms. But if you want a little more challenging for the abs, go for that lighter one light button or one light so that we have a little bit less support. We're gonna start sitting right up at the edge of the box. Reach down for your straps, grab on at the black tape. Take your handles out to the outside edges. Sitting up nice and tall. We've got good, strong posture here. Relax those shoulder blades down. This is just a chest expansion with strong, straight arms. Sweep the arms back. And then sweep them forward nice and slow. So we sweep back and hold. And then slowly forward. Sweep back, hold. Forward. Two more. Bring back and hold it there. Look to the right. Look to the left. Back to center. Float it forward. What is it, Ellie? Sweep back, hold. Look to the left. Look to the right. Back to center. Sweep it forward. Good. From here, we're gonna bend our elbows, tuck them in at our sides. We're still holding on past those clips at that black tape if your reformer has it. Elbows are tucked in. This is our external rotation. We did our internal. Now we're going external. So you're pulling those straps out to the sides and then floating back in. When I do this, if I do it without thinking about it, my palms turn up as I go out. That's okay if yours do that. What you want to avoid is kind of this move where we're flicking that wrist in at the end. We don't want to do that. We don't want to put that pressure on our wrist. We want to keep the wrist strong. So if your palms turn up, fine, but keep the wrist strong and straight like you have casts on. Let's open up and hold it there. Biceps are tucked in. Little pulses on those straps for 3, 2, 1. Float your arms forward. Take a little forward stretch. Ooh. All right. Slide your hands down to those short loops. We're going into our roll down work. Pull your hands into your chest. We're knuckle to knuckle. Elbows are wide. Take a big breath in. On your exhale, roll it down to your waistband. So we're not going down to our shoulder blades. Shoulder blades are hovering. Inhale here. Exhale, lead with your head. We're rounding our back. Collarbones above hips. And then restack. If you felt like your feet were lifting, scoot your butt forward a little bit. So here we go again. Inhale, tuck the chin. Exhale, round the back and roll down. Hold here. Inhale. Exhale, lead with the head. Collarbones above hips. And then restack. One more like this, and then we'll add on to it. Inhale. Exhale. Roll. Inhale at the bottom. Arms are still tucked into the chest. Exhale, round it forward. Restack. All right, now we add in some arm work. Inhale at the top. Exhale, roll it back and pause. We're going to reach our arms up and then sweep them behind us as we dive forward. So these arms are reaching out behind us. 3 pumps. 3, 2, 1. Sweep the arms around and stack up. So that's a lot of steps. Let's go through it again. We're going to pull. Get these hands out of the way. Inhale, pull it into your chest and tuck your chin. Exhale, roll it down. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, sweep it around. Arms come out behind you. We dive forward. 3 pumps. Sweep the arms in front of you. And then restack, tuck the arms in. Let's get 2 more like that. Inhale at the top. Exhale, roll it down. Inhale, reach. Exhale, we dive it forward. Inhale, we pump. Exhale, sweep it around. Inhale, restack. Last one. Tuck and roll. Reach. Dive forward. 3, 2, 1. Pumps. Sweep the arms around. Restack. Nice and tall. Easy peasy, right? All right. Now we add in, she's not enjoying the filming today, I guess. All right, now we add in a little bit more. Okay, this becomes kind of a balance challenge. Just take your arms, gentle bend out in front of you, palms are up. We're gonna lift our legs into a tabletop, and we're gonna hinge back just a little bit. So we're balancing on our sits bones. If you wanna go full teaser here, you can, or you can start off like this until you feel comfortable. We're gonna roll it down. Those arms come out to a T, T for teaser. And then we're gonna rise it up, come up to our butt. Arms are reaching out. Stick that move. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Chest lowers, leg lowers, arm come out to a T. Inhale, exhale, we sweep up to our teaser. Hold it there for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, exhale down. Inhale, exhale up. Hold for 3, 2, 1. One more. Roll it down. Arms come to that T. Bring it up. Hold it there. And big scissor kicks for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax those feet. Hang up those long loops. Whew. Little breather. All right. We're going to keep the box how it is. But what we need to do is grab our yoga mat. So mine is just folded in half and then folded in half and then folded in half again. We're just trying to get a little bit of support, and we're going to put it across our box like that. We're going to go into some horseback prep, and it's going to feel better on your thighs if you have a little extra cushion. If you do not have a yoga mat, you could use a towel, anything to kind of cushion the corners here. You can do it without cushioning the corners, but it's very uncomfortable. So do kind of what works for you here. Keep your springs on that one light spring. We're not even gonna mess with the springs to start. So you're sitting with your thighs crossing over that padding, but the padding is kind of in front of you. So it's not under your butt. It's more focused on your halfway through your thighs. We're gonna start with our hands. We're gonna take them to the corners of our box. Reach your legs out, flex your feet, and turn your toes in just a tad. So we're turning in towards the foot bar. You're gonna shift forward, take your weight into your hands. Your butt lifts. So we're lifted up. We've got a nice long neck. We don't wanna be collapsing, a nice straight back. So maybe you even come up to your fingertips. The lighter the touch on that box, the better. And we're gonna hold for 3, 2, 1. Lower the butt down, relax the hands. So that's your prep one. If that's what's working for you today, that's where you stay. Otherwise, we take it up a notch. We're gonna take the hands to the hips. So we lose the support of the hands. So here we go. Flex those feet, turn the toes in, rise up to those thighs. Squeezing with your inner thighs. That is what's lifting you. That's why you want that extra cushion here. We'll hold for 3, 2, 1. Lower the butt, relax. So when you come up, there should be space under you because your thighs you're squeezing are lifting you. Now, if you do not have a yoga mat, you don't have a towel, you just have this box and this is miserable for you, you can just practice holding your legs out, holding those up, working on building up that strength. You could even work on doing little pulses up with them. We're gonna add in arm straps in a second, so you can also add in your arms. You do not have to lift up into this horseback, unless you want to. All right, next up, we add in some movement with the arms. So let's tuck the elbows in, palms are up. Legs out, flex feet, lift up, and pretend we're serving that tray. So we're adding in some movement. You're squeezing extra hard. We're looking good, so let's keep going. Reach it out, and let's go arm circles. Keep squeezing those inner thighs for 3, 2, reversing circle for 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower your butt down. All right. If you felt stable there, here we go. We add the straps. I'm going to fall during this, I'm sure. This, to me, is one of the hardest things to do. I practice it all the time, and it just stays hard. So we start with our serve a tray. Elbows are tucked in. Palms are up. Reach the legs out, flex the feet, come up. Ooh, here we go. And serve your tray. Now, when I add in the arms, I don't know if you can see, I'm hinging forward to kind of act as a counterbalance. So I'm not coming straight up like you would if you didn't have the arms. I'm really leaning forward. Pick a spot on the wall in front of you and stare at it and squeeze those inner thighs. For dear life, Ellie, you are not helping this situation. And then lower it down. That's a tough one. I need to practice that one. Let's try one more time. And if you're feeling good, we'll add in those circles. Circles are going to be even harder. It's adding more instability to the upper body. The lower body has to work even harder to stabilize. I am on the lightest spring here for this as well. If you went heavier, it might provide a little more stability, so that's something you could play with, but it's more weight for your arm to haul, so think about that. All right, here we go. We lift it up. Feet are flexed, legs are squeezing. Reach your arms out, circle down, ooh, and tuck it in. Reach out, circle around, tuck in. Let's get one more. Woo! Tuck it in, lower it down, and let's be done with that. That felt like a lot of work to me. Hang up those long loops. Get rid of that mat. You can just drop it on the floor. Good job. I know that's a tough one. It was tough for me, but hopefully it was fun to try something new. We're gonna come down to our stomach here on top of our box. Your chest is right at the edge of that box. If it feels more comfortable for it to be hanging over, you can do that. All right, we're gonna change our springs to one medium spring. Legs are out behind you, point the toes, nice strong legs. Hands come to the edges of that foot bar. Your neck is long and neutral, okay? So we don't want it lifted up yet. We don't want it collapsing down. You're just holding your face above that foot bar. Press the carriage out. Pull it in. Check in on your legs. We want hips pressing into the box, squeezing the butt, pointing the toes. So we've got active legs as if you were trying to lift your thighs up off the box. Strong legs. Pause with the carriage out. On your inhale, start to lift your head, your neck, your chest. You come up into that swan. We're pressing our pubic bone down into that box. That's where the lift is coming from. Lower down. Let's do one arm press in and out. Take an inhale. Exhale, we lift up. Exhale, lower it down. In, out, one more. Lift it up into that swan. Hold it there. Hold for 3. Lift a little higher. Bring the carriage in a little tighter. 2, long neck. 1, we lower. Bend your arms, bring it in. Give your feet a little shake out. One more thing here. All right, this is just for funsies. Get the heart rate up a little bit. We're gonna add some arm jumps. So we're gonna stay on that one medium spring. Point your toes, keep those legs active. If you have a wall right behind you, be careful. Also, think about squeezing your inner thighs together because we have those pegs and we don't want our feet to hit them. So from here, you're gonna press the carriage out. Try and get some air time. So you're launching yourself out. Keep those arms lifted like you're Superman. And now let's add in a challenge. We're gonna jump back, sweep our arms like we're launching off the ground. And then catch yourself. And keep that head up so that head does not smash into the foot bar. If you feel good here, your legs are active, let's add in our extension. So as we launch back, we lift the head. 3, 2, last one. Catch yourself, but stay lifted and flutter kick those feet for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down. Relax that head. Take a little breather here. We are doing great. We are hanging in there. All right. Let's hop off the reformer. And let's get rid of this box. We are closing in on the end. We're going to get our little planking round in, though. We haven't done any planking yet. So let's start with a nice long stretch. Okay, so that's going to be our flat back. So your hands Come to that foot bar. Your toes are down on the carriage, feet pressed against the shoulder rest. I am on one medium spring here. You could drop it down to one light spring to make it more challenging. You could add on a second spring to add some support, but it's gonna start to get heavy on your arms if you go too heavy on the springs. And we really want this to be about our abs, not our arms. So pick your spring. Again, I'm on one medium. Come up to your plank. Your shoulders should be directly above your wrists, and we're going long stretch. That means we press the foot bar away and then tuck it back in. So we're staying in our nice long pike, long neck. Tuck it back in. Let's just get 2 more. Press it out. Tuck it back in. Flat back the whole time. Don't pike that butt up. Bring it back in. Good. Drop down to your knees. So that was our long stretch. Now we go for our down stretch. Down stretch, we are kind of thinking about bowing the back. So we did our flat back. We are now doing our bowed back. So use your knees to press the carriage out and kind of sink your hips down. So you're kind of sinking the hips down, sinking the butt down. Lift your head up. You're pressing your hips forward towards that foot bar. And you're going to press away, just how we press away for long stretch. Except we're sinking our back down. And try to avoid when you come in. We really want to tuck the knees. We don't want to tuck just yet though. We want to stay in that bow. So head is up, hips are down. Press the foot bar away, down stretch. Pull yourself back in. Let's get 2 more. Long gaze. Last one, hips are down. Pull it all the way in. All right, now we round the back. So we're gonna come up. This is gonna kind of depend on your height, where your feet are. But let's try it with our feet flat. We want feet flat wherever we are. Heels against the shoulder rest, hands are here. We're rounding our back. So tuck your head down. You're looking back at your thighs. Back is nice and rounded. Keep that round back and just push the carriage out with your heels and then tuck it back in. Head stays down the entire time. This is our elephant. Don't forget your breath work. Inhale out. Exhale, tuck it in. For 3, 2, last one. Bring it in. Good. And then just send it back. Take that nice little stretch like a little downward dog here. Good job. All right, lower those knees down. We're going to flip it around. Grab onto our straps. We just worked our abs a whole bunch. We're going to do one move here to kind of counteract that. And then we will finish up with our legs and straps. Choke up on your springs. Come up to a high kneel. Knees are pressed right against that shoulder rest. So you're a little wider than hip distance. Arms are lifted out in front of you. This is our thigh stretch. Your body is straight and strong like a plank, but we're going backwards. Arms stay lifted. Gaze stays forward. Pull yourself back up. You should feel this in your butt. So squeeze your butt for dear life. Here we go. Inhale at the top. Exhale, hinge it back. Hold for your inhale. Exhale, pull back up. Let's add in a back bend and we'll get 2 more. So we're gonna hinge it back. Drop the head. Woo! Pull yourself back up. 1 more. We hinge it back. Drop the head. Pull yourself back up. Good job. Hang up those long loops. And we'll finish up with some sideline legs and straps. I'm going to stay on my one medium spring for this. Feel free to do what you like. You're also welcome to grab a ball or a pillow or a towel or something to prop under your head if you want. I'm just going to prop up my headrest. Come to laying down on your side. That bottom arm is going to be kind of tucked in, grabbing onto your shoulder rest or your peg. Your back should be lined up more or less with the carriage. So check behind you. We're looking for a straight line. Press it out. Take that long loop from the front peg and put it onto your foot. Your other hand can go on your hip or maybe brace on that shoulder rest. Keep your toes facing forward, so don't turn out. Toes are facing forward, and we're going lower and lift here. Your arm can even come up to the ceiling. If you feel like your balance is pretty good here, we're balancing on our hips. We don't want to roll back to our butt. So you're really going to feel like you're about to fall forward. That means you're doing it right. And your obliques are on. There's space under here. A house for a mouse. Good. We're cooling down after all those planks. Good. Lower your leg down so it's in line with your hip. We're going to sweep it forward. And then sweep it back. Pause when it's in line. Don't take it to an extension. Pause when it's in line. We sweep forward, sweep back. Try and keep it on an even plane. No sunshines, no rainbows. Pull it back and pause. Turn your toes up to the ceiling. We're turned out. And we'll go for our little frog. Knee goes up at a diagonal for 4, 3, 2, 1. Press it out. Pause. Float that leg up. And we're just going to flip onto our back and take a little stretch here. Grab that strap and just pull your leg across your body. You can do a little bend and extend for a little IT band stretch there. All right. Come on out of that strap. Ellie cannot relax today. Other side, roll it over. Start with your lineup with your back. You want to check and make sure you're more or less parallel to the side of that reformer. Bottom hand grabs onto the peg or the shoulder rest. We're going to press out, take that top foot into the long loop. Bottom leg hitches in. This hand can go on top of the shoulder rest, on your hip, up to the ceiling. Do what works for you. We want to make sure our obliques are on. We've got that space there. Toes are facing forward. And we lower and lift. Your weight is on your hip bone and on your thigh, not on your glute. So we don't want to roll back to our glute. And your range of motion is as high as you can go without your toes turning out. Toes are staying facing forward. Sweep your leg down so it's in line with your hip. We're going to sweep it forward and brush it back. Pause when it's in line with the hip. Don't go into that extension. Try and keep it on an even plane. No rainbowing. 2 more. Last one. Sweep it back. Turn the toes up. Check in on those obliques. Make sure you still have that space there. And we go for frog for 4 and 3, 2, last one. Leg floats up, flip to your back. Take that nice IT band stretch. Leg comes across your body. Little bend and extend to dig into it. Take your foot out, grab that strap in your hand. Both feet come into your loops. Now we're going to stay on that one medium spring. We're going to get a nice little short spine. So if your headrest is up or you have a pillow, get rid of it. Let's grab onto these pegs since we're on a lighter spring. It'll give us a little bit of support. Here we go. Toes come up. We're going toes over nose. Butt comes up. Bend your knees towards your shoulders. And roll it down, one vertebrae at a time. You're in your nice little ball. Shoot your legs out. Legs up, toes over nose. Bend your knees to your shoulders. Roll it down. Press it out. 2 more. Roll it up. Bend your knees. Roll it down. Shoot it out. Last one. Legs come up. Shoot them down. Roll it down. Shoot them out. And let's just finish with big leg circles. Arms can come down by your side. Couple of big circles, keeping the tailbone down now, nice and heavy. Next time you're at the top, we'll reverse for 4, 3, 2, last one. Float your legs up to the ceiling. Pull back to get that stretch down the back of your legs. And then open them out wide for your split stretch. Bring the soles of your feet together in a butterfly. Pull up your feet towards your face. Come on out of those straps. Yourself all the way up. We'll do our final breath sitting here. Big breath in, arms up. On your exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale to the left. Inhale, back to center. Bring your hands behind you. Open up that chest. Big breath in. Exhale. Relax. All right, we are all done, y'all. My name is Zoe. Thanks so much for joining us today at Tub Pilates. If you're looking for a little bit more today, I suggest checking out one of our mat videos and adding on a little mat workout to finish up. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what other videos you'd like to see from us. Have an amazing day. See you next time.